First at 5, chaos on a Milwaukee freeway caught on camera. Right now, you're looking at some video from our transportation cameras, and it shows a police chase in a construction zone on I-43. The chase coming to an end in police gunfire. 12 News' Hannah Hillier details the scary moments on the busy interstate.
We are getting a clearer picture today of what happened on the opening day of Summerfest when shots were fired on I-43, locking up traffic.
Milwaukee police, they have just released this body camera video. All right, let's take a look at this. It starts as an attempted felony stop on West Vliet. That car right there, the white one, wanted in connection to an attempted armed robbery carjacking. So here we go. The driver takes off. You see the white car go in the wrong lane. Eventually, they end up on I-43, but the suspect took a wrong turn into the construction and was blocked by the cement truck. That's when officers approach, and you're going to see what happens here. More officers arrive there. You can see the cars going to try and reverse, and this is when shots are fired by an officer, hitting two suspects.
Police shooting and freeway shutdown on Interstate 43.
Sources tell 12 News at least one person is dead, several others injured. All of this happening right in the middle of a construction zone. Video captured from News Chopper 12 shows what appears to be bullet holes in the door, the passenger door of this white SUV, which is again at the center of this investigation. And here's a closer look from the ground. We're going to go ahead and circle the bullet holes on both sides of the car. If we can get that video up on screen so we can show our viewers what we're talking about. You could see those two circles, the bullet holes on the left side, and it seems to be some shattered glass, a shattered window there on the right side.
News Chopper 12 video shows the scene of white car stolen 2 weeks earlier and prosecutors say used in a string of car thefts and carjackings since. The 17-year-old driver identified as Calvion Jans, with prosecutors saying his driving, quote, endangered the safety of other motorists while showing utter disregard for their safety. He's also charged with trying to hit an officer with the car once he got pinned in the construction zone, and another officer opened fire, hitting him and his pregnant girlfriend, 18-year-old Ashley Patterson, in the passenger seat.
An attempted carjacking occurred earlier Thursday in the 500 block of North Broadway, and a carjacking occurred in 500 block of North Jefferson Street, according to Norman. Carjackings, which involve the taking of a car by threat or force, often with a weapon, have emerged as a new issue of concern for police and violence prevention officials. There were 450 people who were carjacked in Milwaukee in 2023, a 16% increase from the previous year. The upward trend is continuing, with carjackings up another 12% compared to 2023 as of June 19.
A Milwaukee man who called himself the kingpin of a carjacking crew will spend the next 9 years in federal prison.
Fox 6's Angelica Sanchez shows us the message prosecutors hope this case will stand.
September 14th, 2020, Oak Creek police get a call of an attempted carjacking in a Woodman's parking lot. They're looking for a red Kia Forte. At the same time, police also learn a blue Jeep Cherokee is being carjacked in a nearby Kohl's parking lot. Police catch up to both cars. They soon call off the chase because speeds are getting too high. This video is part of evidence prosecutors have against 20-year-old Madison Tyler of Milwaukee. A federal judge sentenced him to 9 years in federal prison, just 1 year shy of the sentence prosecutors wanted. Prosecutors argue conduct like Mr. Tyler's will not go without serious consequences. Records show Tyler took part in 6 carjackings from September to December of 2020. Federal prosecutors say Tyler and his accomplices targeted people between the ages of 56 to 79. The crimes happened in Milwaukee and Oak Creek. Police finally got handcuffs on Tyler in December of 2020. Prosecutors say Tyler winked at MPD officers and told them, "Y'all just arrested a kingpin." Prosecutors say Tyler would come up with schemes to get the attention of his victims, like pretending to drop $1. His schemes elevated to using masks, firearms, and threatening people's lives. One of the victims told the court they continue to have anger and anxiety over what happened. During his sentencing, Tyler apologized to his victims. Tyler will spend 3 years under supervised release. He's also been ordered to pay restitution of just over $1,600. We do have a statement from the U.S. Attorney of Eastern Wisconsin available at fox6now.com. Just click on this story. Reporting in Oak Creek, Angelica Sanchez, Fox 6 News.
And now to some scary moments caught on camera on the northwest side. An attempted carjacking, one of several in Bucktown and Wicker Park. CBS 2's Tim McNicholas live at North and Ashland with the video and a harrowing tale. Tim.
Brad, this restaurant parking lot warns everyone. 24-hour video surveillance. That sign was not enough to scare off the suspects. The video shows a woman sitting in her car around 2 p.m. Sunday. Two men walk out of the alley, and the 37-year-old victim said one of them started pulling on her passenger door. She puts the car in reverse to try to get away, hits a wall, and the men run off. In nearby Bucktown, police say there were at least 3 other carjacking attempts on Saturday, one where a woman said she was punched in the face. We reported on another rash of carjackings in Bucktown back in early October. Police say they don't have any indication right now that those are related to the crimes this past weekend.
This is a great street, a lot of families, a lot of people outside running, walking their dogs, and everyone's a little concerned.
CPD is still investigating whether the recent carjackings were all connected. Bucktown and Wicker Park are both in Police District 14, where carjackings are up about 71%. Citywide, they're up about 120%. That victim here in Wicker Park actually told police that she damaged her car when she was reversing, trying to get away from those carjackers. You can see her tail light sitting behind this pole, a reminder of those gut-wrenching 10 seconds here at North and Ashland. Live in Wicker Park, Tim McNicholas, CBS 2 News.
Tim, thank you.
The incident closed I-43 from Capitol Drive to Locust Street during the evening rush hour. Southbound traffic on I-43 was backed up to East Bradley Road and Fox Point and through the Marquette interchange downtown. A stolen vehicle pursuit ended with 2 teens shot by a Milwaukee police officer on Thursday, June 20th, which shut down a stretch of I-43. Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman said it happened just before 2:30 p.m. and the vehicle was connected to 2 armed robbery carjacking incidents, one attempted.
Family tells me the 17-year-old driver and his 18-year-old girlfriend were the 2 seriously injured. Their unborn child killed. I spoke with a man today who says that he is the father of that 17-year-old boy. He says his son was shot in this construction zone 3 times.
Oftentimes they call me and tell me that he's being apprehended and put in jail. This time he's being shot.
Calvin Jeans admitting his son was behind the wheel Thursday in a freeway chase that ended in gunfire. Police saying they tried to pull over a white SUV near 17th and Vliet, wanted in connection to a downtown carjacking. New state transportation video shows that car northbound on Interstate 43 head into the construction zone. Police right behind it.
Where are our children? As we hear in this particular situation, we have multiple young people involved in unacceptable behavior in this city.
Out of view, police say the driver reversed, hitting a squad and nearly hitting an officer. That's when another officer opened fire. Construction workers seen running to safety. Milwaukee's police chief says the white SUV was stolen with 6 teens inside. Jean's son and his 18-year-old girlfriend both shot by police. Their unborn child killed.
This is unacceptable. Parents, what is going on with your children?
Did you know the car was stolen that was here?
I know he don't. I know he's not old enough to buy a car. I know I didn't buy him a car.
Have you ever had that conversation with him to maybe stop doing this?
Yes, indeed. Not just with him.
A relative interrupting. Jean's Friday not answering all of our questions, but asking how things escalated.
Why not all the time you had to assemble the team to chase him? Why that same team wasn't assembled right here to apprehend him? Well, they're going in and out.
Jeans tells me his son is expected to survive his injuries. At last check, the 18-year-old woman injured did suffer life-threatening injuries.
Norman said the driver of the vehicle drove into a constructive zone on I-43 near Vienna during a chase. Police demanded the driver to stop the car, and the driver then reversed the vehicle into a marked squad car. The driver drove forward and went into reverse, where an officer was located. Another officer then opened fire and hit 2 of 6 people that were inside the vehicle.
An 18-year-old female and a 17-year-old male were hit by gunfire. The 18-year-old was pregnant. Her baby did not survive. 6 people were in the car at the time of the incident, all of whom were arrested. The car was stolen. A gun was found inside. The officer involved remains on administrative duty. That is standard procedure.
And News Chopper 12 also captured someone being put into the back of an ambulance. We also have that video. We knew that that person was sitting in the back of a Milwaukee police squad car chatting, talking to officers, was later put on that stretcher that you see in the center of your screen, and then later loaded into that Bell ambulance. That ambulance ended up driving away minutes after. Let's go ahead and pull up a map now where all of this is happening to give you an idea. I-43 right near Keefe before 3 o'clock is where that scene started, and it's still active tonight. We do know all lanes, northbound, southbound, in both directions, are shut down right now.
Well, let's go out now to 12 News' Emily Polfall. And Emily, you talked with someone who heard gunshots.
I spoke with a woman that was on I-43 just minutes before the shooting happened. She says that she got off at the Green Bay exit and that she heard those gunshots as soon as she stepped off the bus that she was on, and she said that she was scared for her life. She said that it was a chaotic scene. This is what we're looking at right now. This is a couple hours after this incident happened. We have seen some more law enforcement agencies just arrive on scene here. It seems like there's still an active investigation going on, more people arriving, talking to construction workers that are here in this construction zone that this all happened in. These construction workers may have witnessed what happened and are here to give their statements to police. We also heard from another witness that says the sirens brought her out of her home and she saw 2 teenagers taken out of the white SUV and arrested. These are unconfirmed by police at this moment, but this is what witnesses are telling me here on the ground. I did speak with a woman that says that she heard those gunshots. Here's what she said about the chaotic scene.
Honestly, I don't know who fired shots first, but I definitely heard shots. Like it was like, I don't know.
Just a lot.
Yeah, it was just a lot at once.
2 people, an 18-year-old Milwaukee female and 17-year-old Milwaukee male, were taken to the hospital for their injuries. The 18-year-old is facing life-threatening injuries, and the 17-year-old has serious injuries. Police said the female was pregnant and the baby did not survive. The other 4 in the car include a 15-year-old female, 16-year-old male, a 17-year-old male, and an 18-year-old female. They were also taken to the hospital for minor injuries.
Both survived, though the unborn baby did not. 12 News' Hannah Hilliard spoke with Jan's father last week.
Oftentimes they call me and tell me that he's being apprehended and put in jail. This time he's being shot.
Police say they found a gun in the car, and according to the complaint, it belonged to a Waukesha County Sheriff's deputy, taken when his car was stolen in Milwaukee last September. Quote, the vehicle contained his duty weapon, a Smith & Wesson .40 caliber semi-automatic firearm, along with his duty belt and duty bag. 18-year-old Samira Dean told police she kept that gun and used it in other robberies, including 4 the day before the pursuit and a carjacking and attempted carjacking the day of the shooting, saying, quote, she generally steals vehicles to buyers expecting them. According to the complaint, Dean said they called themselves, quote, the crash-out dummies, and they would rob people and steal vehicles in downtown Milwaukee.
Nick, police said there were 6 people in that stolen car when it crashed in the construction zone. Charges came down today against 4 of them. What about the other 2?
They're described in the complaint only as juveniles, aged 15 and 16. They could face charges in children's court. The complaint also mentions 3 charged as adults, with exception of Dean, quote, have extensive juvenile records involving stolen vehicles.
Nick Bohr live at Milwaukee County Courthouse tonight. Thank you, Nick. Again, here's what we know at this hour. Prosecutors charged 4 teenagers in last week's police chase and shooting on I-43 near Keefe Avenue. According to the criminal complaint, the 4 were members of a car theft ring. Investigators say earlier in the day, the group tried to carjack 2 separate people downtown who were visiting Milwaukee. The second attempt was successful. Police say the gun used in the shooting belonged to a Waukesha County Sheriff's deputy who had his car stolen last fall.
And as I mentioned, this is a very residential neighborhood. So since we've been here at 9th Street and Albert Place, which is where I'm at right now, we've seen more neighbors come out of their homes as this scene has been going on for hours now, trying to figure out what happened on the highway and how this is going to impact the rest of their night as the highway's shut down and streets nearby the highway are still shut down at this hour. As we learn more about what's happening here with this investigation, we'll bring you that information as soon as we get it.
The scene is affecting that entire area. Emily Polfall reporting live.
Now let's send it over to Kendall. Kendall Keys there reports, there were reports saying at least one person was shot, but dispatch indicates that at this point it could be multiple.
Right, Deanna, conflicting reports, and that's why we're right here. We're waiting from a news conference from Milwaukee Police. You can see there's microphones set up. We're right at the corner of 7th and Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, and you can see all of this overflow traffic that is happening because of the freeway being shut down. Lots of honking, lots of traffic, all of these cars, probably people, just leaving work, trying to figure out an alternate way home. Now, we're going to have you listen to some sound from dispatchers right as this scene was unfolding here on the freeway. Take a listen.
There were no other reported injuries and all 6 people were arrested. The department's use of force policy addresses discharging firearms at moving vehicles. Officers are prohibited from firing at moving vehicles unless deadly physical force is being used against a police member or another person by means other than a moving vehicle, and that the quote-unquote risks are outweighed by the need to use deadly force. Norman said the driver of the suspected vehicle intentionally reversed into a squad car, then drove forward and reversed again while an officer was standing behind the vehicle. The department's policy specifically states that it is quote-unquote not intended to stop an officer from firing their weapon when it is reasonably perceived that the vehicle is being used as a weapon against the officer or others. Alright, y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's a sad story right there, man. RIP to the baby. Milwaukee, they be on that high speed, just like down in St. Louis, man. It's crazy, but hey, get in the comment section, gang. Let me know what y'all think, man. About to be dropping all types of different content this month, man. Let's get it in, Driller Gang. Y'all already know what it is. Drillers and trappers, we trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!